Okay, we are back again. I'm Ninon de Rosa, and this is Caleb Stewart next to me, and we're actually filming a Vegas Live with Ninon. We're down at, they call this Art House Theatre, amazing, in the Art District of Vegas. Caleb actually flew in just to be on my show, so I'm kind of a little bit honoured here, from Texas.
I am.
Now, what inspired you to come and be on my show and meet me? It must be something.
Well, I tell you, I
Look at those eyes, aren't they gorgeous? I've fallen in love with his eyes. I can't look at you.
I tell you what, the producers actually, I had sent an email to you guys, and then you invited me on the show, and I actually spoke with one of the producers. I forget which one, but yeah, it was just very polite. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
fly in and be on that show.
We're gonna pay Vegas a visit.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, how do you like Vegas?
Yeah, I just got here today. I'm leaving tonight.
It's just you truly did.
This is just for this. Yeah. I
better be good. I gotta put my best behavior on.
Yeah,
if it's possible.
Yeah, so I flew in to do this. Got maybe 3 hours to kill, and then I'm going back to the airport. I fly from Vegas to Atlanta, and then Atlanta back to Dallas.
How wonderful. Thank you very much.
No worries.
I'm very honored. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Now, obviously I haven't met the guy, but I haven't met anybody anyway. The last lady, I had no idea what she did.
Right.
So what do you do?
So I'm actually an author, and I'm actually also a screenwriter. So I got a new book coming out in November. It's called What Happens Next.
What Happens Next? Oh, I love that title.
Thank you. It's a.
Where'd you get the title from?
So I was actually an alcoholic. I talk about my journey to alcohol and finding sobriety within the book. And the title was just kind of one of those things where it's like, I finished the book. It's like, well, what happens next?
What do I do next?
What do I do next?
What's going on next? And what made you become an alcoholic?
So I had, my mom growing up was a hardcore drug addict. She was a heroin addict. And so I lost my mom when I was in fifth grade.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And my brother and I, we were taken away and placed with our aunt and uncle. And so these are things that I had went through life, and I had beat myself up. I blamed myself that I couldn't save my mom. And it just kind of...
But you were a little bit young then, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
You were just a kid.
True, but,
So you didn't know the ins and outs of what to do and how to do it.
True, but it was one of those things where to me it was... I loved my mom, but it was like, I see that she's destroying herself because she's already destroyed the family. You know what I mean?
So you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother. Yeah, a younger brother. Yeah.
Is he okay?
He's great. Yeah, I'm so proud of my brother. Yeah, I'm
so
so
now,
proud.
so he was in.
No, he wasn't into drugs. He's been clean. He's just he's
just insecure of himself. So now you're bringing him out.
No, I mean he has hiccups, but I mean who doesn't?
Don't we all have hiccups? I mean real hiccups. No.
But I'm very proud of my brother and the man that he's become. Yeah, he's helped me.
What does he do?
He actually, well, he was working on an oil rig, and so, but I mean, my brother's been there through the whole process of writing, and it's just.
Does he help you with the writing?
No. But what I'll do is when I was writing, I would send him some stuff. Tell me what it sounds like. Yes. Does it sound good? No.
Okay, let's change it.
Let's change it. Yeah.
So what got you into writing and becoming an author?
So I had fallen in love with a girl, and
something new, right?
Yeah, I was like 100%.
This is it.
100%.
Got it.
And she suggested to me. She said, "Why don't you write?" So what were we talking about? She said, "Well, it's a therapeutic activity. Write, get your feelings down. Maybe you'll feel better."
Because you're letting it out.
Yeah. And at the time, I thought, well, that's a perfect opportunity for me to drink. So what I do is I go in the room and I lock myself in for like 3 days. I get plastered drunk, and then I just start writing. Eventually, because it's a hard topic to talk about, and so I figured, well,
especially when you're still drinking,
right?
You still an alcoholic?
No. I'm sober.
No, not now. No. I mean, when you were writing then,
Yes.
you were an alcoholic,
It
so
was.
you were writing through kind of a phase of mind
Yes.
because you weren't. I would imagine you weren't 100% coherent all the time.
No, I just didn't.
Or do you think you were?
I think I was coherent to a point. I just think that my mentality when I first started the book was it was so painful to write about because, I got to open up and relive it.
Especially with your mother and the whole bit.
Right.
And obviously, how old were you when you realised your mother was with all these problems?
I mean, I don't even know.
5 years old, 3
I
years
remember
old.
5 years old what had happened, and I talk about this briefly in the book. But my mom, I remember when I was growing up, she would go to her room with all these like random people, and she'd be in there like just
With all different people?
yeah, just random people, and she'd be in there doing drugs, and she'd be neglecting my brother and I. And I remember there was a time, and she was a single mom, so she only had one income. And so there was a time where I, being like 5 or 6 years old, had to take on a parental role to take care of my little brother.
So how? 2 years younger than you?
Yes. And, it's funny because I did all that back then, but as I spiraled into alcoholism and overcoming that.
How old were you?
When I started drinking?
5, 10?
No, I was probably 15 or 16.
Oh, you managed to get through your childhood.
Yeah, well, to a certain degree. I mean, my parents found a bottle of tequila under my bed at like 13 or 14, but...
At least you chose tequila. I love tequila.
I don't.
I've never had one under... Well, no, you don't drink anymore.
No, I don't, yeah, well, I don't drink, but I didn't like, when I did, I never liked tequila because of that.
Because so you were 15 when you... How old are you now?
So I turned 23 next month.
You're only 23. Oh my goodness, I thought you were much older. Oh my goodness. So this is a very close thing right now of what you're getting over. How long have you been sober?
So I got sober in June. I actually...
Last June?
This June.
This June?
Mm-hmm.
This gone June. So what is that, 3 months?
Yeah, about 3 months, yeah. And I had no urge to drink.
I was going to say, how are you handling that?
Like I said, I found my sobriety through writing, and it's crazy because
Keep writing.
Yeah,
I'll send you stuff to write.
I had applied for all these rehabs, and nobody would take me.
Why?
And they were like, "We can't take you because you have like past trauma that you haven't worked past, and if we want to tackle addiction, we have to tackle it head on." And I'm like, that makes zero sense because I'm drinking because of all of that.
Yes.
So that
didn't make any sense to you anyway.
Yeah, and so they denied me, and I said, you know what?
I'll do it
I've
myself.
I've been denied millions of times. I'm going to do it myself. And I did it.
And you did it yourself. Only 23 years old, alcoholic, coming from a family. Drugs and
broken
alcohol,
foundation.
Foundation. No foundation, actually.
Right.
You actually have. And then you decide to come on my show. That is such an honor listening to your story. This is a big message, I think, going out to the 23-year-olds and the younger generation. I had a show for the younger generation for 16 years. I used to interview young people from 12 all the way up to 18, and I went through many a story like yours, many of and some really, really bad. So you're giving this incredible message out there that you can do it on your own. You don't need to have to go enroll yourself anywhere, but you could. It might help you. But so how have you survived all this? I mean,
I think over the years, it takes a piece of you a little bit at a time, or at least it did me. But I've learned that even if you fall and you break into a million pieces, as long as you got people that are there to pick you back up and put you back together, that's what matters.
as also yourself putting yourself back
exactly.
together.
Yeah.
So you've got to think good of yourself. So you obviously right now are thinking very good of yourself. And are you very proud of yourself?
I am, and it's not just gone to the book. I mean, the book is great. I've got
that's part of it. But you still got the rest of the day to live.
Yeah. Well, and we're even working on a movie. And we're turning the book into a film.
Now you're saying we. Who's the we?
So me and a co-writer who co-wrote the script with me. We're working with producers to get the film picked up, produced.
And what happened to the girlfriend? You still have the girlfriend?
So we're friends.
We never finished that story.
So her and I are friends.
Oh, that's good. You're too young to get married anyway.
I thought I was okay, but her and I remain friends. I've made peace with the things that I've done in my life, and I've made peace with the things that I can't control, because I can't go back and
So
change
you've made
it.
peace with yourself. You're very peaceful with yourself. And what are your goals now? You want to make a movie. You're writing scripts. You're an author, obviously, now. And what else is it? Do you work now? How do you make a living?
So I do have a full-time job. I work actually for the Dallas Cowboys, but I
You work for the Dallas
I
Cowboys.
do. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I do.
Yeah, but you get paid every month.
I do, yeah. And so
What do you do in the Dallas Cowboys?
so I do security for them, and
Yeah,
so
just imagine you standing there. I mean, how tall are you? 6'2", 6'3"?
6'2", yeah.
6'2".
Yeah.
You're 6'2", a big guy.
But I love it.
Big guy with beautiful green. His eyes are gorgeous.
I love it.
I'm going to adopt him as my son.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
My son.
There we go.
Love it.
I love what I do, but honestly, and I work with great people. I mean, absolute
Yeah,
fantastic.
but this is not your aim in life. Your goal.
No, I'm looking at the way that it's looking at come November when the book comes out. I'm looking at having enough income to quit my full-time job and go into
and
this
concentrate on the full-time what you want to do. Okay, so how can anybody reach you?
Yeah, so wow. So anybody can reach me. You can go to IMDb, Internet Movie Database. You can search Caleb Stewart. I'll pop up, and it'll have my contact info listed on there. You can reach me on social media, Caleb Stewart on Facebook, or official_CSTEW on Instagram. And I'm
Well,
blessed.
Caleb Stewart is an inspiration, not only to me, it's an honor to have him on my show, but also for the younger generation. And he crawled out of this hole that he was in, and he succeeded, because that's what you call tenacity, and obviously you would not give up. And it looks like that, I think we're going to see his name in places, because he's only 23, and he comes all the way from Texas to come on a show, whether it's my show, but you took that step to do that, because you want to get out there and you want to do things. You want people to know who you are and everything about you. An incredible story. Absolutely love you, Caleb. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.